Good morning, YouTube family. I just want to thank y'all for coming to my live. I just have a couple of things I want to address concerning the recording link had been linked out concerning Joe Biden, which I call him Joe Biden. But it's very disturbing that he had a meeting with Al Sharp, a couple of civil rights leaders, and he also stated that he wasn't doing nothing for blacks. And also blacks have to learn how to work with Hispanics. See, the problem I have that this country was built off our ancestors. They was brought here to pick cotton, to take care of Caucasian people, kids, their house, and everything. They couldn't read, they couldn't write, they couldn't vote. I mean, our ancestors were tortured. And the end of the day is, we are the dream that they always wanted to have. They always wanted to be free. They always wanted to vote. They wanted to learn how to read and write. They wanted just to be treated as a human being. But yet, they died. And yet, us black people, we are some loving and kind people. And we always have the best for everybody, the best interest for all kind of race. But yet, they don't have the best for us. And I just decided to make this video. And I just want to say that that's very disturbing. A lot of people have stood out hours just to vote for Joe. And yet, he had a nerve to say in a meeting that he's not going to do anything for blacks, which majority of us, we don't look for a handout anyway. We work all our life. We retired. We took care of our family. Our family doing good. But for you to make that statement, and then our leaders didn't address him, that's a disgrace. Good morning, Third. How you doing? And I'm just here to say that I had made a video on my Facebook page also. And I have a good relationship with my elected officials. Matter of fact, I was talking to my mayor yesterday. And I had left the Democrat Party about 4 years ago. Because with me, it's not about a party. It's about the issues, what's going on in the local level, the county level, the town level, and the state level. So when I pick an individual in office, I pick and see what is the platform about? What is their addressing around the area where I'm living at? Because the end of the day is what I have seen at the decades that Democrats do nothing for the inner city. Majority inner cities by Democrats is nasty, dirty, pissy, condemned buildings, the sidewalks are tore up, the roads are tore up, the school system is not that great, a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, a lot of liquor stores, a lot of churches. So again, I always tell my people to always get involved with your local politics. Because at the end of the day, no, they're not going to change nothing. But we have to change our mindset when it comes to economics, when it comes to education. Because at the end of the day is, blacks is getting the bad end of the stick. They are. Because anytime they could say a child could be in prison by 5th grade, How can you tell a child will be in prison by the time they reach the 5th grade? So I came up with a conclusion that that's why a lot of our kids be in special education, a lot of our kids be on medication, and majority of inner city schools, when you go in there, is going there like detectives, like a jailhouse. It is set up designed to oppress Black people. Until some Black people wake up and raise up your standards. And like I said, time after time after time, kids having kids, mothers, grandmothers, and daughters hanging out in the clubs together. Kids having kids. Majority of people having kids cannot afford a child. They live on welfare. They make a career out of that. They live in projects because their mother was taught that. Then they taught their child that. Then their child taught that. So at the end of the day, what we have to really do is hold each other accountable. Each one teach one. And I know now that we can't go to different meetings and stuff like that. But now we have meeting on Zoom, Facebook groups. We're going to start a meeting with politics on my YouTube channel. So again, a lot of Blacks have voted for Joe because they wanted Trump out of office. And he made it clear he's doing nothing for Blacks. And that's sad. Because the end of the day is, Trump wasn't that racist like I thought he was. And see, Trump had a plan. And he had told Blacks, you had nothing to lose, which we don't have nothing to lose. Majority of them don't have nothing to lose. But y'all keep on voting Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. But you keep on doing the same thing year after year after year. It's called sanity because you get no change. They set up different things in the inner city to oppress the Black people. And that's why a majority of us had to get out the inner city and not raise our kids in the city, because that mindset is like crabs in a barrel. So today, I just want to say, to get to know your surroundings where you live at, get involved. Get to know your elected officials. If you have kids, get to know a good relationship with the teachers. Go to the board education meetings on Zoom, because everything is on Zoom now. And I just want to say hi to everybody coming down. I don't have my glasses, so I can't really see you. But I really want to address this because a lot of people is not talking about the leaked record video that Joe had with Al Sharpton and our civil rights leaders saying that he's got to do nothing with Blacks, that Blacks have to work with Hispanics, and which I think that's a smack in our face. And like I said, we didn't choose to come here. They brought us here. They stripped us for our language. They stripped us for everything. And yet, you bring other people here. You make New York, Detroit, and Chicago sanctuary cities for the Mexicans. And they don't have no documentation. They could be murdered. They don't care. They hide them. They give them jobs. They give them a place to live. They give them food stamps. And yet, they have audacity to say we have to be bilingual and tell them don't never forget where you came from, and majority of us don't even know where we came from. It's sad. It's sad that y'all put that man in office, and now he making a mockery at all the Black people who voted for him. So I want to see how this is going to turn out. Our Black sisters, our Black brothers who voted for him. I want to see how this turn out. Because the end of the day is, see, they never did nothing for Blacks. We always had to work harder than any other race. And the more they press us, some of us still succeed because we want the best for our family. And yet, even though this stripped us from our generational wealth, remember, majority of Black people don't have generational wealth. They burnt down Black Wall Street, Rosewood, and it seemed like as soon as we try to build something, they destroy it. And yet we want to be like anybody else, welcome everybody into our community, into our niche. We need to start being territory and start supporting one another. We don't even do that. We don't support Black restaurants. We don't support Black boutiques. We don't support Black bakeries. I tried to. They last only a couple of years. But yet, we go to the Chinese place. We go to the Mexican restaurant. We go to the Dominican restaurant. We go to the Puerto Rican restaurant. And we can't support each other. It's sad. We like crabs in a barrel. Our mindset is disgusting. And yet, we have the audacity, once we get our degrees and our positions, to look down at our brothers and our sisters. And let me tell you something. And I tell my kids this. And my mother always told us this. I don't care where you live at. I don't care what kind of degree you have. I don't care how much education you have. I don't care where you live at. They still look at you as a Black male and female. So, my sisters, I don't get on here and fuss and argue about my Black brothers. Because at the end of the day, they're the most hated and loved. It's a love and hate thing with them. Because the end of the day is, when they go out that house, it's not guaranteed they're going to come back. And like I said, they could drive a beautiful car and live in a nice neighborhood. They're still labeled as a Black man. And they're so scared and threatened for their life. And then we have the audacity, some brothers jealous of one another, and you kill one another. I mean, come on. When is we going to wake up? When is we going to really wake up? And some people say, you know what, Sheila? Our race is just done. It's done. But you know what? At the end of the day, like I said, I'm teaching my daughters, my family not done. We have election going on in my town. I'm setting different people up again. It's sad that y'all sat up there and voted for Joe. And Joe made it clear he's doing nothing for Blacks. And my thing is, hey, it's not about Blacks. It's about everybody. But when you make a statement about that, setting us aside than any other race, I have a problem with that. I have a problem. So what I'm going to do is, me and my team, what I've been doing anyway, I've been sitting at the table with my Congress and been talking about agendas that I want for my people. Because at the end of the day is, they don't have no agenda for Blacks. You have to make your own agenda. You have to set up laws in your city, in your town, for you. Because we don't even know half of the laws they be passing because we don't pay attention. And that's what we have to start doing, paying attention to the laws he passes. Start paying attention to the news, what's going on in your local area. Even the ones who have kids, the budget for the board education, the budget for the town you live in. You know what? Come on, let's really educate ourselves on our surroundings. You know, yes, we live in our nice little houses. We drive our nice little cars. We have our nice little jobs. Oh, we're not worrying about that, but yet it do affect us. And I just want to make this little video and say, you know what? It's time for the Black people to wake up and stop being a guinea pig for these people. Because the Democrat Party had not been with us. Had not been with us doing nothing, had not been doing anything for us for decades. It really is not about a party. It's about the issues, what's going on where you live at. So my thing again is just be wise and just look out on what's going on in your area. Because you know what? It's going to be going, we're going to go back to the time, we're going to have a thinner in the land, that we're going to have to start growing our own vegetables. They're going to have a shortage on meat and vegetables and stuff. Some people don't even know how to bake bread. They don't know how to grow vegetables because they wasn't taught that. Thank God for YouTube, because anything you want to know, you can look on YouTube. YouTube have a lot of stuff. So I just want to say the ones who in my chat, thank you for coming. I just had to get that off my chest because I'm so sick of tired out people. I mean, we are so, it's so sickening at times. You know, we fighting against one another on YouTube or whatever. I mean, come on, I'm not going to be sitting up here fighting against my brothers and my sisters. There's more issues I have to fight. You know what? I'm trying to, you know what, make sure laws and policies is not going through in my town, in my city. They're going to track the black males and make sure they get jobs that any other race is getting. So that's my thing is today, that you know what, the one y'all voted in the office is not for you. So I want to see how this played out, because ain't nobody really doing videos on it. Ain't nobody really saying nothing about it. The only thing they're thinking about is fighting one another, this one, that one. I want to see how this work out. So everybody have a blessed day. So while y'all be fighting, I be looking and seeing what laws they be passing in Washington and the Senate and Congress and all that other stuff. Thank you for coming and have a blessed day.